Hello, magic makers, and welcome to the Virgo Full Moon. It's our second Virgo Full Moon of 2024. It's the end of eclipse season. We made it through Pisces Virgo Full Moon eclipse season, and it's a very powerful time to reflect on what this entire season has done for you, for your life, for your business, for your marketing. It might have been a time to take a pause and just reflect, especially with Mercury retrograde ending on the 25th of April. It's a good time to reconsider what you're doing, to review, to reevaluate, to not get too involved in trying to launch or hustle or make your goals be met, but instead to surrender, to be in flow, and to see what life brings to you to consider and to work through. And now we get to be on the other side of it, and the sun is in Aries season. So it's a very, very powerful time to start getting into more action and to start initiating more. So I'm going to be showing you the true visible sky for tonight's Virgo full moon. I'll actually show you the moon in Virgo, and you can actually see it outside. So I just went and looked at the full moon, and Arcturus is right above, and Arcturus is one of the famous really bright stars in the sky that's right above the constellation of Virgo. So let's dive into this. Okay, so for those of you that are inside of the beautiful, bold, big, bold moves club, you will receive this cosmic planner for yourselves to download. Use as a Canva template. And I'm just going to be showing it to you now on this video format. So in terms of the true sky, I use this incredible app called Star Walk 2 to pull up the sky. And it's really great because it has augmented reality AR features where you can just point it to the sky and it will orient itself and show you which stars and celestial bodies and planets you're looking at. So today, exactly at 5:48 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is when we had the peak of the full moon. And you can see that it's full here in the legs of Virgo, in the legs of the sacred goddess, the woman in the sky. And I always think it's very significant, particularly the placement where this is. I more so look at the visual placement than the degrees when I'm reading a chart or the visible sky. And in this case, when we consider, what is at the knees? What has brought you to your knees? Perhaps to a point of prayer, to a point of surrender, and also to a point of feeling weak in the knees, feeling compelled, feeling moved, but also needing to release and let go. What are you releasing and surrendering there during this full moon? And how can you be brought to your knees in prayer and reverence for your sacred work, for this sacred life? What is the service that you can provide? Knees also represent being able to move forward, right? It's one of those joints that help us to move, to walk, to run, and it gives us mobility. So if there is an issue with the knees, it's usually an issue with feeling like you can't move ahead in your life. And now that we are in Aries season, you can see the sun here at this exact time, which is illuminating the full moon, is in Aries. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see this. And of course, it stops working. All right, that's fine. Still Mercury retrograde for another 2 days. It's almost over. Okay. So the sun just entered Aries on the 20th of April. So it's just been 3 days at the time of this full moon. And you can see that at the timing here, 4:23, 2024, 5:48 p.m. Mountain Standard. And so now that the sun is in Aries, we can actually move forward, move ahead, get going, get started, right? All of this timing, contemplation, surrender, release, like plateau period, there can be new action and activity, and the legs and the knees of Virgo want you to get going. But what does Virgo care about and prioritize most? Your health, your wellness, your well-being, your sense of feeling whole and strong in your physical body. Virgo is our longest constellation and period of solar cosmic time because we so deeply need to care for our bodies and our temples and our vessels. And she is so detail oriented. It comes down to the food you eat, to the herbs you consume, to the toxins that you release or let into your body. And it's a very powerful time to start a new routine in how you take care of yourself, especially as a leader and a creator and an artist and a healer on this planet, whatever it is that you do. Your health and vitality is how you do it well. And two Virgo full moons is very important to make sure, are you filling your cup? Are you taking care of yourself well? Is self-care and wellness and health a priority? I also want to bring up, how is your nutrition? What are you taking in, right? What feeds you? What you feed yourself becomes you. It becomes your cells. It shapes your DNA. It creates your expression. It helps your skin. It helps your digestion. It helps you feel strong, right? When I started eating more protein, my whole life changed in terms of my energy and my mood regulation. And so this is something to talk about with a holistic nutritionist. My personal favorite one is the Energized Woman, Dana Gardner, who is also in the Big Bold Moves Club. She is one of our sacred co-leaders and facilitators, and she's so, so, so magical. And if you haven't done a one-on-one like root cause deep dive with her, I highly recommend it. She helped totally turn around my energy when I was like super burnt out and super low, fatigued, and had no energy. And she's a women's health and hormone specialist. So, getting really clear on how you care for your body and how you can healthfully, without getting burnt out, get reinitiated in acting and creating and starting the things that Aries season wants you to bring into the world, wants you to activate, wants you to bring forward. So, some questions I have for you to contemplate, some marketing miracles for you to create. What has brought you to your knees in your business? How can you surrender and trust your faith, the goddess, more profoundly? Right? This is about faith and trusting the goddess, as Virgo represents all facets and forms of the feminine. All archetypes of the goddess are represented by her. She is not just the virgin. That is just one denomination, one expression. She is all forms of the goddess: mother, virgin, crone, whore, black Madonna, dark feminine, maiden, spring goddess, earth mother, all forms. So, what has brought you to your knees in your business? And how can you surrender and trust the goddess and your whatever your faith is more profoundly to move you forward, to guide you in your work? Okay, first contemplation. Feel free to share any of this in the comments. I'd love to know, what is being initiated to start and begin anew right now? So, what is being initiated within you with all this Aries fire energy, right? The fire starter sign to start. What do you want to start? What do you want to begin anew, right? Maybe it's relaunching a program you've already done in a whole new way, in a whole new format, with a whole new price point or a different audience. Maybe it's finally starting that thing that's been on your heart that you've wanted to do, but maybe you haven't felt like you had the capacity or the energy to do it. Now, if you surrendered and trusted more, could you do it? My friend's just showering, in case you're wondering. Very Virgo full moon move to shower and take care of herself. And then lastly, what would a healthier business practice and routine look like for you? So what would be healthier for you to do in your business and in your routine with your business for yourself? Would it be healthier for you to hire out a VA or an accountant or a marketing specialist or a coach to support you so that you don't feel alone, so you don't feel the burden all on your shoulders, so that you're just able to focus more on your genius zone and your specific gifts and talents rather than, things that you might not be as good at, like accounting or marketing or bookkeeping or, VA stuff, administrative stuff. Or what is a healthier way that you can, I just realized I wrote practice wrong. There we go. Virgo picks up on every detail. How can you take care of your own health and well-being so that you can actually show up to your business more? Do you actually need to work less? Do you need to take more time off more consistently? Do you need to reduce your hours? Something I noticed is I was booking people in for one-on-one readings and sessions, and there was only a half-hour time slot between sessions, and they would just be back to back to back from like 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. And I was getting really tired because if any of those sessions go late and then I need some more time to prep before the next one, I don't really have space to feed myself, to go for a walk, to just have a moment to decompress, especially after a particularly deep or profound emotional session. So I decided, oh, I'm going to just change my calendar setting so that there has to be an hour between sessions so I can get other work done. I can take care of myself. I can go for a walk. I can just, watch YouTube, whatever I need to do to take care of myself. So, what would be a healthier business practice and routine for you in your business and in your marketing? It might require you not doing as much as you do right now. Let me know it's being illuminated for you. Okay, so next we're going to look into the true sidereal chart, the full chart of the current sky for April 23rd, 2024. So here it is. We have so much Pisces energy still happening. We do have the sun in Aries. And of course, Uranus and Jupiter just had their big conjunction in the end of Aries just the other day on the 21st is when they were perfectly conjunct. And you can see here, they're still very, very close together because they move quite slowly. So this conjunction is kind of processing over time. And as we get into May, they'll slowly move apart with Jupiter moving a bit faster. So, with this Aries energy, there really is this profound initiation. A new part of you is being expressed. A new part of you is here to showcase who you are and who you're here to be for the world. And you might even have some identity shifts for yourself, really perceiving yourself as the leader that you are, honoring your time, valuing your self-care as actually being really important for your overall success. And also just doing things and starting things without them having to be perfect, right? The Leo moon can sometimes, or the Virgo moon, I mean, over here can sometimes make us feel like we have to have everything perfect and we have to be super disciplined and routined and get it all lined up perfectly so that we can be successful or that we can really take care of ourselves. But it's really small incremental changes that happen every day. Today I meditated. I hadn't meditated for weeks. It made me feel great. I grounded. I sat under a tree. I did some foraging. I did things that just felt good, nurturing, and earthing to me. And it only took me really half an hour of my day to do that. So it's not about perfection, it's about progress. And where can you start the progress? And then with this Uranus and Jupiter conjunction, it's very, very powerful energy to really accelerate and expand how much we know and how much we can expand and serve the world with, how much we can grow ourselves, and how we can use technology in order to help us grow and expand in the world. It's really, really profound how just being on YouTube or on a new channel, or perhaps for you, that's TikTok, or starting an email list, or getting onto podcasts, or just getting yourself out there, using technology as a way to spread the word, to connect to people, to network is very, very powerful for a marketing tool and also for a way to disseminate the wisdom and the knowledge and the knowing that you have that provides value and serves people. This is also a very expansive moment to have new ideas and new ways of thinking around money and how it is that you can serve people and how it is that you can make money. And once Jupiter goes into Taurus later this month, this will be very evident. It will be very clear, kind of the path forward to create more sustainable income for you, which is very exciting. And then with Uranus being present here, especially at the end of Aries, we might be seeing some collective energy at the world stage around how we can use technology and the spread of information for good. We've seen it do things like distract people, get them addicted to notifications and likes, and get them pretty unhealthy, especially for young people and teenagers. It can be very unhealthy for our self-esteem to always see the highlight reel and to always see people perfect and photoshopped and airbrushed and with filters on, etc. And it's actually this opportunity of how can we use social networking, social connection, and technology in a new way to actually create change in the world that's going to be sustainable, that's going to be lasting, that's actually going to help us be in deeper union with ourselves and in deeper union with the earth, right? So some of this might even be us learning about on a collective level, profound ways, since it is Aries and Aries is traditionally the god of war, learning about how people have been using or perhaps manipulating technology as a way to warmonger and create more war, more division, more fear. right? The whole dialogue of what happens around every war and how people profit from it. And I feel like there might be a change in the tide of how people are willing to engage in this discourse and how much they will be a demand for change, reform, and peace, which is, of course, coming with Pluto being in Capricorn. And Pluto is about to go into retrograde at the very beginning of May, but now it's in Capricorn and it is creating a sextile with this full moon sun axis. And it's really creating this pressure point of things need to change. They need to look different for our earth and for humanity to be healthier. It's very, very profound how this is going to be shifting and expanding us all. And really, the energy that releases this whole T square is opposite Pluto. It's over here in the Cancer Gemini cusp. And so closer to Cancer, though. So there's compassion, there's love, there's mothering instinct. Tonight, I saw this man who was homeless and disabled, could barely walk, needed a walking aid. And he had a sign. He couldn't even hold it in his mouth. He couldn't even hold it in his hands because he had to carry his like a walking assistance with him and or push it in front of him. And so he had this sign in his mouth, and I just thought, I need to get this man dinner. And my friend and I went and stopped at a drive-in, and I got him a burger, and I went and found him on the road. And it was just a very simple, loving, nurturing thing to do, something I haven't done in a while, and it just brought me to tears with how much that can just be of service to someone. It's a very practical, grounded thing, which is very Virgo energy, but it also really means something to someone. It's being sensitive and nurturing, right? I just kept on thinking of him as someone's baby boy one at some point. And and it's just so simple what compassion and love and sensitivity and being kind to each other can do, right? So it really is like mother power, mother energy is required on the earth right now. And with this level of Pisces energy, let's just review what's all in Pisces right now. We've got Venus in Pisces, we've got Chiron in Pisces, we've got Mercury in Pisces, we have the North Node in Pisces, we have Neptune in Pisces, and we have Mars in Pisces. Did I miss anything? At this exact moment for the full moon, the rising sign was also in Pisces. So really profound stellium and concentration of energy in this incredibly wise sign that is the most empathic, deep feeling sign there is. And so we're all probably feeling and processing a lot of emotions still. Even though it's Aries season, it's still in the background. Healing is happening. Healing needs to happen. We keep on having Chiron conjunctions, excuse me, and we're going to have more. And Chiron conjunctions are opportunities to really face and heal our wounds. Right now, we have a conjunction with Chiron and Mercury. So it's like going deep into your mind, into the way that you think, into the healing, the way you talk about yourself, the way you perceive yourself, what it is that you say to yourself in the mirror. What are you thinking when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you think about yourself, when you watch yourself on video or talking or through your marketing? Are you loving yourself? Are you appreciating yourself? Are you having compassion and love for yourself? Are you treating yourself like a mother who loves you unconditionally would? And this is very, very profound. It's very profound self-healing, self-leadership that we get to, when we do this internal work, that it impacts the rest of your work. It was my own internal work on my own self-image and value that really is what turned my business around fully and completely, as well as learning my manifestation blueprint, which is a very powerful tool, which we will be sharing at the Miracle Marketing Retreat next month in May. So if you're interested in hanging out in person by the ocean for the next full moon in Scorpio, then the link is below to join us there. So it's a very powerful time for healing. It's a very powerful time for deep feeling and reflection, and also so much opportunity. So don't take it for granted. Write poetry if you want to. Listen to music. Taylor Swift just came out with Tortured Poets Department on the last day of Pisces season because we all need some feel-good emotional songs. And if you're not into her because, her boyfriend is Mr. Pfizer, I totally understand. I agree, but there is still something to be said about art and its expression and what we can really gain from really letting ourselves be deeply expressed and deeply feeling, whether you're listening to other music or creating music yourself or creating your own art. There's such a big opportunity for deep emotional processing, healing, and release right now for yourself, for your relationships, for the world, for the work you do. And there's so much power in this. So go off and go inside and go internal and bring it out to the world because we need you. We need your power. We need your gifts. We need you healed, right? We need the healers to be healed, not wounded. So, some questions and contemplation for you for this full moon is what is being initiated or started in your business and marketing with this Aries energy, this Jupiter Uranus energy? What is being started in your business and marketing? What feels like it's just at the beginning, like it's initiating you, it's starting you, it's, revving the engine for you. What is that right now? What new energy, relationships, habits are infusing your marketing? So, first of all, there's a new energy, there's a new spark, there's a new feeling, there's a new frequency. It's the end of eclipse season. Mercury retrograde is ending. It's a new solar season. Things are shifting, big planets are moving. What is this new energy that's being infused into your marketing and into your work? What relationships are being infused into your marketing? Do you have new people that you want to collaborate with? New people that you want to work with? What's new? And what habits are you infusing into your marketing? How are you actually going to do your marketing consistently so that you're effectively sharing the value and the goodness and the magic of what it is that you do to the people that you want to serve so they can find you, sign up, get served, have their lives change? What habits do you need to actually put in place, right? Habits is what Virgo is all about. Daily routines, daily habits, daily practices that create like tiny, 1,000 right aligned actions is what creates the big shifts and the quantum leaps, not just like a magical quantum leap that happened because of a cosmic portal, right? Like, and I say that sarcastically because it is like everything really comes down to the tangible reality of it. And the energetic is, of course, important, but it's about the habits that you embody every single day. And what aspect of your creativity and sacred gifts are you finally willing to share? With all of this Piscean energy, especially with the North Node and Mercury and Chiron so close together, you might feel like you're finally ready to share this aspect of yourself, this aspect of your sacred ability to serve the world for the first time or in a new way or in a way you've never been willing to before. And especially to talk about maybe things that used to hurt you or used to pain you and are now your power, now are a place where you can really relate to people and give them so much power. Like a rags to riches story is so profound. And I know for me, talking about how I got out of debt and got out of mental illness and was in the hospital and got sober from marijuana and don't use drugs or numbers or anything out to avoid my own experience and how it got me healthier. I stopped dissociating. I stopped having anxiety. I stopped feeling bad about myself in the world. And now I share my sacred gifts more profoundly than I ever had before. So, sharing your story, sharing your true lived experience, especially the experiences that you've had where you've suffered, where you've had pain, where you've had trauma, and how you've overcome that is incredibly relatable, is incredibly powerful. And I know people that have built their whole coaching business and their whole business on sharing their real life personal stories of struggle to triumph, and it's profound, it's empowering, and it's really going to speak to the people that need to hear that, that need to have that same healing and expansion. So, what aspect of your creativity and sacred gifts are you finally willing to share? Let me know what you're feeling, what you're sensing for this full moon in Virgo. If you want to work with me, sanjarose.com is the place to go. Please feel free to DM me, send me a message, write in the comments below. I'm sending you so much love and have a very, very blessed full moon. Bye, everybody.